You're welcome to the Matrix News as I bring you another news update. I am Esther Ajayi. 70,000 naira minimum wage. Private employers risk jail for non-compliance. According to the federal government, private employers must adhere to the 70,000 minimum wage, which includes domestic workers such as gatemen, housemates, and drivers. Failure to comply may result in jail term. This mandate aims to alleviate the cost of living burden on Nigerians, although concerns remain about the capability of states and the private sector to pay. The federal government has urged agencies involved in private sector recruitment to comply with the 70,000 naira minimum wage, warning that any violation will not be tolerated. The government emphasized that the new minimum wage is essential to reflect current economic conditions and stated that no Nigerian worker, regardless of whether they are in public or private employment, should earn less than this amount. Kachalom Dajo, the permanent secretary of the Ministry of Labor and Employment, made the statement on Wednesday during the 13th annual general meeting of the Employers Association for Private Employment Agencies of Nigeria, held in Ikeja, Lagos. Represented by John Onyamali, the ministry's director of employment and wages, Dajo declared the minimum wage is now law and it is a punishable offense for any employer to pay less than 70,000 naira to any worker. The private employment agencies should make it compulsory in any contract they take from the principle that their workers should not earn less than the minimum wage. The least paid worker in Nigeria should earn 70,000 naira, and I think that should be after all deductions. The minimum wage is a law and you can be jailed if you fail to implement it. The federal government is committed to ensuring that the least paid worker goes on with 70,000 naira. During his remarks, Dr. Olufemi Ogunlawo, president of the Employers Association for Private Employment Agencies of Nigeria, urged the government and the Nigerian Labour Congress (NLC) to clarify whether the 70,000 naira minimum wage is calculated as net or gross. He emphasized the need to address ambiguities in the legislation. Ogunlawo highlighted that EPN is already committed to upholding the minimum wage and ensuring decent job opportunities for Nigerians while protecting against exploitation. As a labor union in the private sector, we are dedicated to implementing the minimum wage. We operate as a law-abiding association, and our principals and clients have embraced the minimum wage, he stated. However, it is crucial for the government to clarify whether the 70,000 naira minimum wage is net or gross. The government and the NLC should resolve any uncertainties regarding the minimum wage, he added. At the same event, Fumilayo Sesi, chairperson of the NLC Lagos State chapter, noted that the ongoing economic hardship has significantly diminished the value of workers' earnings in Nigeria. She called on private employers to ensure compliance with the 70,000 naira minimum wage. The 70,000 naira is insufficient given the current economic realities. Once the necessary adjustments are made, all private employment agencies must begin paying their workers this minimum wage, she asserted. The NLC in Lagos State will actively enforce the minimum wage, and EPN should avoid any confrontations with the NLC over this issue. Thank you for joining us at the Matrix News. Do subscribe to our YouTube channel for more news updates.